right, futures under a bit of pressure here. The S&P futures actually just swung green, so they're about at unchanged. They were green earlier in the morning, but have since weakened, actually went green to red, and now hovering higher by 0.06%. So very, very minimally green. Let's just call it close to unchanged. Dow futures also close to unchanged, minus 0.02%. So again, hanging right around that line. The Nasdaq leading the way as it normally does. That's higher by just about 0.5%, 0.45%. Let's take a look at some cues from last session, shall we? And then also where we sit at here today. Tuesday's market action saw financial, utilities, and industrial stocks record the biggest gains, while energy and information technology shares closed lower. U.S. stock futures were mixed on Wednesday as the Dow fell while the Nasdaq and the S&P advanced. S&P pulled back a little bit here. Investors are waiting for the Federal Open Market Committee decision on interest rates, slated to be announced during the afternoon with Kevin Warsh as the new Fed chairman. The CME Group's Fed Watch Tool projections show that the markets are pricing a 99.6% likelihood that the Federal Reserve leaves the current interest rates unchanged during the June meeting. Meanwhile, even as the peace deal was agreed upon between the U.S. and Iran, recent findings by U.S. intelligence agencies reportedly suggest that Iran can now shut down the Strait of Hormuz at will, irrespective of the impending framework agreed scheduled for the signing in Geneva on Friday. Additionally, the 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.44%, and the 2-year bond was at 4.05%. Now, we have several stocks in focus here for you today. And the first one here, it's going to be obvious. This is going to be a stock in focus probably for a while here. First one here is going to be SpaceX. Space Exploration Technologies, or ticker SPCX, rose 3.22% in the pre-market on Wednesday, and that is ahead of its fourth trading day. This, of course, is following its acquisition of Cursor AI. And we did have a discussion on Happy Hour about this, and one of the former analyst or retired analyst said that this was a tad weird. Right before the IPO, you would normally have these the details of this available for investors, and that wasn't the case here on SpaceX. Now, I'm not sure what that's going to do for the stock, but this felt odd for a lot of market veterans. The next stock on our list is going to be Sophia Genetics. The ticker on this one is SOPH, and it fell 3.45% in the pre-market after announcing a public offering last night. The next stock on our list is going to be Lazy Boy, ticker LZB, and it surged 19.62% after reporting better than expected fourth quarter financial results and announcing a 300 million share buyback. Nothing lazy about that, it seems. The next stock on our list is going to be our bond, and the ticker is OBAI, and it dropped 8.09% despite announcing a series of debt restructuring agreements aimed at strengthening its balance sheet and improving its financial flexibility. The next stock on our list is going to be Amkor Technology, and the ticker on this one is AMKR. It jumped 5.5% after it signed a 10-year deal with Taiwan Semiconductor, or ticker TSM, to expand advanced semiconductor packaging capabilities in Arizona. The last stock on our list is going to be Stellantis, and the ticker is STLA. It was up 2.11%, and Uber Technologies, ticker UBER, declined 0.14% after both companies, along with Wave, announced a global partnership to explore and develop and deploy of Level 4 driverless robotaxis.